This is going to be a lesson 7 review. So we're going to go over the core Terraform workflow and some sample questions that you might see in the certification exam. What is the core Terraform workflow? The core Terraform workflow has 3 steps. Write, author infrastructure as code, plan, preview changes before applying, apply, provision reproducible infrastructure. What is the command init? So the Terraform init command is used to initialize a working directory containing Terraform configuration files. It's the first command that should be run after writing new Terraform configuration or cloning an existing configuration from version control. It's safe to run this command multiple times. You recently joined a team and you cloned a Terraform configuration file from version control. What is the first command you should use? Terraform init? What is the flag that you should use to upgrade modules and plugins as a part of respective installation steps? So upgrade, you'd run Terraform init tac upgrade. When you are doing initialization with Terraform init, you want to skip backend initialization. What should you do? We can skip this by running Terraform init tac backend equal false. When you're doing initialization with Terraform init, you want to skip a child module installation. What should you do? Well, we can skip the installation of a child module by running Terraform init tac get equals false. When you're doing initialization, where do all the plugins get stored? So most operating systems are going to be in the .terraform.d plugins directory. On Windows, it's going to be in the appdata/terraform.d plugins. When you're doing initialization with Terraform init, you want to skip plugin installation. What should you do? We can skip plugin installation by running Terraform init tac get tac plugins equals false. So this skips the plugin installation. Terraform will use plugins installed in the user plugins directory and any plugins already installed for the current working directory. If the installed plugins aren't sufficient for the configuration, init fails. What does the command terraform validate do? The terraform validate command validates the configuration files in a directory, referring only to the configuration and not accessing any remote services such as remote state, provider APIs, etc. Validate runs checks that verify whether a configuration is syntactically valid and internally consistent regardless of any provided variables or existing state. What does the command plan do? The Terraform plan command is used to create an execution plan. Terraform performs a refresh unless explicitly disabled and then determines what actions are necessary to achieve the desired state specified in the configuration files. What does the command apply do? The Terraform apply command is used to apply the changes required to reach the desired state of the configuration or the predetermined set of actions generated by a Terraform plan execution plan. You're applying the infrastructure with the command apply, and you don't want interactive approval. Which flag should you use? Well, we can do this by running Terraform apply tac auto approve. What does the command destroy do? The Terraform destroy command is used to destroy the Terraform-managed infrastructure. How do you preview the behavior of the Terraform destroy command? Well, we can run that with Terraform plan tac destroy. What are implicit and explicit dependencies? So an implicit dependency uses dependency information to determine the correct order in which to create the different resources. So this is just Terraform determining what the dependency cycle should be. So by studying the resource attributes used in interpolation expressions, Terraform can automatically infer when one resource depends on another. We also have the concept of an explicit dependency. Sometimes there are dependencies between resources that are not visible to Terraform. A common example is an IAM document policy. So an AWS IAM document policy might not be created in time for a specific resource to use that policy. So in that resource, we would use the depends on argument to specify that the policy needs to be created before the resource is created. So again, an explicit dependency is defined as sometimes there are dependencies between resources that are not visible to Terraform. We can use the depends on argument, and specify that this resource depends on another resource or data source. Here's an example of an implicit dependency. So the reference to AWS instance.example.id creates an implicit dependency on the AWS instance named example. So here's an example of an explicit dependency. Here we have an AWS S3 bucket and an AWS instance, and then we specify the depends on argument, noting that the AWS instance depends on the AWS S3 bucket. How do you save the execution plan? So we can save an execution plan by running Terraform plan tac out equals tf plan. And then you can use that file with apply by running Terraform apply tf plan. What is the flag you should use with the Terraform plan to get detailed information on exit codes? We can run Terraform plan detailed exit code. This will return detailed exit codes with command exits. So when provided, this argument changes the exit codes and their meanings to provide a more granular information about what the resulting plan contains. So 0 succeeded with empty diff, 1 there's an error, 2 succeeded with non-empty diff. How do you target only specific resources when you run Terraform plan? We can use the tac target equals resource argument when we run a plan. This flag can be used multiple times. How do you update the state prior to checking differences when you run a Terraform plan? So we can run Terraform plan tac refresh equals true. The behavior of any Terraform destroy command can be previewed at any time with an equivalent Terraform plan tac destroy command. Is this true? Yep, we already saw this previously. You created a VM instance on AWS Cloud Provider with the Terraform configuration, and you log in AWS console and remove the instance. What does the next apply do? If you think about this question, you just removed an instance and you're running apply, so it's going to check to see if that instance exists, so it creates the instance again. That's going to be it for this review. Hope that you enjoyed. Continue learning Terraform.